with the 4 horses, a lot of people ask what they are. Quiet Way Hope on my right is a 10-year-old by my wonderful stallion Nugget. He's a gelding. The horse that I'm on is a 7-year-old gelding by my stock horse stallion back home in Australia. The little mare on my far right is a 4-year-old called Quiet Way Hope. And the sequel on my right knee at the moment is the gelding that Templeton Thompson rode and sang on beautifully before. So he's a 9-year-old. I'm going to bring little Pride over here. And what I've done now, ladies and gentlemen, is put them in the arena very much like you would see a dressage rider or a reining trainer or an eventer would do with cones. You know, these, as far as I know, they are the most expensive training cones in the world. It cost me $40,000 to bring them across from Australia, but they're wonderful. They move all on their own. Sometimes the one in the middle is broken and goes where it wants to, but I can canter between cone A and B on the right lead to a flying change and canter on the left lead here. We can canter sideways across in front of all 3 cones, and even though this arena is a little difficult, we can even get a canter stride backwards. This horse will canter backwards for about 20 metres out in the big open paddock. He's a brilliant individual. We can canter him sideways through the gap made here. And now there's not much room here, but watch these training cones. No other training cones in the world would do this. Good. Now, the great thing about them is you don't have to get off to move them. You can just back them up a little bit, push them over there a bit. Just all you've got to do is touch the training cone on the head and it stays still. So that's really good. Now, the Australian stock horse, this training cone's going to scratch its belly. That costs a little bit more. It's a little bit of a higher range thing. So I'm going to show you this stock horse, show you his real ability, because they are extreme athletes. We can step him over here. We'll roll back there. Ask him, turn around here, nearly run into that cone there. And then we can take him and canter him absolutely nowhere. Now, here, in Lexington and in Texas, this horse is incredible because I try and ride every day. Texas, it's too hot. Here, it's too cold. But I can ride him inside, turn the air conditioning on however I want, warm or cold, turn the television on and ride him. National Geographic's a good channel. And we can ride him through, if it's hot, we can ride him through the snowfields. If it's cold, we can ride him through the desert. He's a wonderful individual. So, people always ask me, how do you get a horse to canter sideways? How do you get a horse to canter backwards? I say, for starters, you must need the individual. You can't make a horse do something he cannot physically do. This horse canters backwards better than he canters a circle, but that horse there has got something he does good as well. And as a horseman, or a humanitarian, or any sort of a trainer, we need to bring out the best in the individual. Here I'm going to bring Hope back, see if we can leave him standing there. Now, just don't push too hard. Now, the reason I did that is because you won't see horses put themselves in that position very often. They're putting themselves there out of complete obedience. If I worried about kicking or biting or striking, I wouldn't put them there. Now, I am going to try, always been a dreamer, to canter through the gap that I made. Yeah, you can't even see it, it's a tight gap. But I'm going to try and canter through there, but only if someone claps and cheers, because it's difficult, I could get kicked. So, a couple of things I need to do. For starters, I have to think very, very skinny thoughts. There's not much room. Now I'm going to gallop to the hole. I find, won't work for everybody, but I find if you poke your tongue out, it helps. Now, at least one, Pride, don't back up. At least one of them have to move. Oh, Hope's the man. Very good. Now, Hope's super. But normally I have to do a bit more, so I was thinking I was being funny. I can be funnier again if Hope helps me out. You need to bring your bottom this way, this way. Now you need to, this way. You know you can listen. And back into there. 600 kilograms of horse here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm pushing him with the whip. So move that, poke that in there. Oh, you missed it, Hope. He says, I know. That sequel stood on me last time. So, I'm going to see if we can get right in there, because sometimes they won't move, and Spinnerby's just got to barge through the middle. Listen, one of you get out of the way. There you go. So,